And it's Good News with Dick Baumbach. And I'm Jeff Heiser here with Mr. Baumbach, bringing us some good news again this week. Last week he had some really good news. I apologize for jumping your lead story last week. That was just too funny. This week you're bringing us some good news about the Gaza Strip, and that is not here in the United States. And your headlines is women rebuilding Gaza brick by brick out of city's old ashes.
Yeah, this is two female engineers who literally decided that they had to rebuild their city straight from ashes. And because of the 3 years of the 3 wars in 6 years. And so Majay and her friend, both civil engineers, started thinking about ways they could rebuild the city. And they came up with the fact that they could create environmentally friendly, low-cost, heat-resistant, soundproof brick made out of the ashes that were recycled from the debris.
Wow.
And so there are 60 million tons of ash per year. So now they have started building it step by step, and everybody's like applauding them.
Now, when I first saw this headlines, I thought it was like, raise up out of the ashes type thing. I had no idea they were using the ashes to make the bricks.
Yes.
How ingenious. It's like using the plastics to make bricks.
Exactly.
Wow. That's a good story.
Yeah.
Your next one here is women's wallet returned 8 years later with money still inside. This one here, I saw this in the news. This is hard to believe.
Yeah. Yeah, in 2009, Courtney Conley's wallet, which had $141 in cash, her Social Security card, and an ID, was stolen out of her car. 8 years later, it was returned to her fully intact. And someone gave the wallet to a police officer in Boston who located her through her sister and handed her back the wallet. She opened it up and she was overwhelmed because everything was in the wallet, including the fortune cookie message. Soon you will receive pleasant news.
Wow.
And Courtney is studying to be, she's being a nursing student right now, and she didn't have the money to enter a powerlifting competition that she wanted to go into. Coincidentally, the $141 in cash is the exact same amount of money needed to enter the competition.
Wow. I mean, it's really, really amazing how the universe works.
Yeah.
You know what would have been really amazing though, is if it was like double the money or something.
Well, what really hit me is that why whoever took that, never did anything, and then somebody hands it to a cop.
Yeah, that's somebody had some serious guilt going on.
Wow.
Yeah. Or, you just don't know why some people do things. I mean, it could have been somebody she knew. I mean, wanted to teach her a lesson or something and then just came back and did that. That's crazy. This next one is a really good story. I saw a little bit about this one, too, on the news. It's a teacher is given a $1 million prize for life-changing work in isolated Arctic community.
Well, now, first of all, I don't know whether I would want to work in an isolated Arctic community, but this Canadian middle and high school teacher, Maggie McDonald, she beat out tens of thousands of applicants for the World's Best Teacher Prize, and she went to the Dubai last week and was handed $1 million.
Wow.
And for her work as a teacher. The community she works in is Salute and it has a population of 1,400 people, and the only way to get there is by plane. And she just has been trying to help the younger people get to learn about life and learn about education. And so she created fund drives for school nutrition programs. She created another drive to prevent diabetes. And she said, I'm just trying to help people. That's my whole thing. And they said, well, now here's $1 million. And so she said, well, I'm going to use that money. Now, that's her money.
Yeah.
She's going to use it to improve the lifestyle of the people.
No way.
Back in there.
Wow. So, that's a purpose. That's a person that's in her passion and in her purpose.
So I'm thinking of moving now to see Maggie. And
yeah, where is that city at? Yeah, I mean, town or village, whatever it is.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. I was sitting on an airplane on one of my trips, and the girl next to me, she was going, believe it or not, she was like 100 pounds soaking wet, and she was going bear hunting. And she told me that she was going in someplace in Alaska, right? So I'm figuring, oh, okay. And she says, yeah, I fly from here to Seattle, from Seattle to Anchorage, from Anchorage to here. Then I take a small plane. Then I have to take a small boat. And then they come and get me in a dog sled. And then I go 2 nights until I get to this place. And it's like, holy smokes, there's actually towns that are like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So when you said airplane, it was like, yeah, well, that's not too far out.
That's close.
Yeah. All right. Your next one is near and dear, very close to my heart, and I'm sure yours too. It's about a county in Texas that is helping veterans pay their utility bills.
Yeah, this is in Hidalgo County, and it's the Hidalgo County Community Service Agents, and they have funded $300,000 in a grant that was awarded by the state's Texas Veterans Commission. And what they're doing for honorably discharged veterans that has an annual income of less than $24,000, they will pay up to $600 for electric and other utilities. So they have their lights on and their water running.
Wow. See, now I've been trying to convince my wife. My son lives in Texas, and I've been trying to convince her that we need to go out there. And she says, no, we have to have a place to live. And I said, well, we've got our RV. Well, what are we going to do about money? Well, I'm an honorably discharged veteran.
Exactly.
I don't need to work. I mean,
or
just collect some funds. I mean,
or we could tell the politicians here. That's
a good idea.
Coast, Hey,
we should talk to Bill Posey about this.
That's correct. Okay, I just saw his sign. He's trying to sell some property right across the street.
That, and I think, isn't he going to run again? That might be a good.
I would think. What the heck?
Well, that is it for this week. What a great bunch of stories, good stories, and good news. I've been steadily weaning myself off of the news, and you know what? I really feel good about it. I really do. Every once in a while, I'll catch the end of one of the news programs that has a good news story on it. But even some of those now are kind of like, lacking.
Exactly.
You always bring such good news.
We got to do that. I mean,
I'm telling you, it's definitely needed. So next week, what do you have for us? Just give us a teaser.
Let's just say 2 congressmen riding together. That's all I want to say.
Okay. I know that they must either both be Democrats or both be Republicans.
You never know.
I know. So we'll wait until next week. Until then, have a great week, Dick.
You too. Have a good week.
Take care.